Hello, friends, and thanks for tuning into Taste Radio, the #1 podcast for anyone building a business in food or beverage. I'm Ray Latif, the editor and producer of Taste Radio, and I'm with my co-host for this episode, John Craven and Jacqui Brugliera. John is in the WCB, the West Coast branch, sitting right next to Jacqui in the studio in San Diego. Good to see you both there.
Yeah, I feel like some people still don't realize that I'm always like remotely recording in, but now they can see.
Yes.
Jacqui's real, not just AI.
You guys have a better table than we do. You have the Taste Radio logo table.
Yeah.
You have some nice, comfortable white leather chairs that you're swinging back and forth on. We don't have that here.
We have this, but you have all that cool stuff behind you.
Yes, we do.
The way you talked about the Taste Radio table, I was expecting the merch link in bio sort of.
We should start selling tables.
Just tables, yeah.
If a single person wants to buy a table, the Taste Radio table, just email us at ask@tasteradio.com. We'll make that happen for you.
It's a fine IKEA table with
a sticker on top.
Sticker on top?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could recreate this.
It looks really good. Yeah. Mike is in some place called Marion. What Marion, Georgia?
Is it New Hampshire?
I don't know.
County? Is that what it ends in? Like lockup?
He's always locked up when he's not recording.
Exactly. We're always talking about how Mike is in prison. He did something wrong, and he's in the slammer every time he's not here. And then he comes back. He's like, "I wasn't actually in jail, guys," And then he's So
he's got to clear the record.
Yeah, he really does. Well, I'm all alone. I can't ever recall being alone in the studio recording a banter session. So this is a new thing for me. Luckily, I'm surrounded by some good products that I want to highlight a bit later on. But we got to start the show by talking about one of the weirdest things that has come out of CPG in some time. It's a July surprise. It's you know how they talk about in politics, the October surprise, right? Just before the election.
Sure.
This is a July surprise that I don't think anyone saw coming. All right, you ready for this? Peter Rahal, who is the co-founder of RX Bar. RX Bar, very famous for being sold to Kellogg's for about $600 million. I think it was exactly $600 million. As we know, RX Bar, a platform brand of protein snacks. Peter Rahal launched David last year. David, if you recall, is a brand of rigorously perfected protein bars that was launched in 2024. Each bar contains 28 grams of protein, 150 calories, and 0 grams of sugar, described as containing the most protein per calorie of any brand in the bar category. All right. So yesterday, David launched, quote unquote, launched raw cod. So they have a new product, which is raw, uncooked cod. Obviously raw, uncooked, raw frozen cod that they're selling direct to consumer, described as slightly more protein per calorie than a David bar. And they noted that we're committed to high protein, so we're selling it. Okay.
Yeah.
This is, I mean, look, there are plenty of people who eat boiled cod, and this is what you do with it. It comes in a vacuum sealed. This cod comes in a vacuum sealed pack. I assume you sous vide cook it, just throw in some boiling water, and you've got your raw cod. And I think all this is...
I mean, you can do a lot more with cod.
Yeah.
Just want to be clear.
Yeah.
Obviously, but like I think this is clearly, in my opinion, this is clearly throwing shade at people who have criticized David as an overly processed protein bar that's made with artificial sweeteners, which it is.
Or if they were responding to customer feedback, like maybe they had negative reviews that were like, David bar tastes terrible in fish and chips or in tacos.
I mean, it's possible. It's possible that was some of the feedback that came out. I would doubt it, but it's possible. I mean, no, I think this is definitely a response to criticisms of processed food and where you can get the most protein in your food from. David was created for people to get a lot of protein in a small amount of food with very little calories and no sugar. And I think they thought about this bar as solving a problem for a lot of people who Just wanted the protein, but wanted no sugar and very few calories. And yes, you can get that from boiled cod, but boiled cod, I think what David is trying to say, doesn't taste as good as a David bar.
Yeah.
I mean, cod's a component in food generally, or in a dish, as opposed to like, I don't know, who's eating boiled cod really? I mean, not most people.
Bodybuilders?
Yeah, like I said, not most people.
Yeah.
Right? So, and I'd venture to guess that the people consuming David bars are not just like bodybuilders. They're just normal people. So...
But are they just, but are those who eat boiled cod just bodybuilders? I think that might have been true like 20 years ago. I think nowadays you might see a lot more people who are fitness oriented, looking to eat as much protein as they can or should.
I'm just literally talking about the boiled part. That's all. Because that's like the worst way to prepare this.
Yeah.
That's all.
But I think what they're trying to do is you look at the packaging and the nutrition facts are very similar to what a David bar has. So like they're trying to keep it very minimal and be like, okay, well, you're calling us out for having processed things in our bar. Well, how about you just boil? Because that's the least, processed way of cooking this thing. And it's not going to be tasty. But yeah, I thought it was really interesting because it's just cod. Like it's not even like cooked. It's just it takes multiple steps to prepare it.
Well, I think that's the point, right?
Yeah.
Is you have the convenience and flavor of a protein bar or protein that is going to give you exactly what you're getting out of cod, but you don't have to have it defrosted. You don't have to cook it. Obviously, you don't need to add anything to a David protein. I assume maybe people add a pinch of salt like they would to some cod, but I don't think so. It's very much, I think, just a little bit of an FU to folks that have criticized David. Maybe they'll sell a good amount of this stuff. I sincerely doubt it. Maybe it will be. Maybe it will become part of.
Alone.
Maybe it will become part of the David portfolio.
In all seriousness, though, I do think the packaging that they created for the cod, which is just kind of this super clean white with the David logo, I actually kind of like that design approach better than the current kind of gold David bar package.
Well, maybe they'll switch to that. But I also think there's a little bit of irony in that clean white package, which actually looks as sort of reminiscent of a cardboard package for tinned fish. It does or would seem to represent a cleaner ingredient product than the David bars themselves. So, and to your point, Jacqui, I think if you look at the nutrition facts label on a David bar, yes, the amount of protein is similar to what you would get in cod. But if you actually look at the ingredients, I think that's where people are criticizing the brand. And the brand has also been criticized and certainly drawn the ire of some food brands because last month or 2 months ago, David acquired ingredient supplier Epogee. Epogee is the sole supplier of EPG, which is a patented fat replacement, which is the key ingredient in David bars. It claims to lower calories from fat by 92%, EPG that is. So there are some brands that are suing David, claiming that it has unlawfully cornered the market by acquiring the maker of EPG. So perhaps it's also one of those, hey, fine, we don't have to make protein bars. We'll just make boiled cod and we'll still sell, or raw cod and we'll still sell more products than all of you guys combined. So who knows? I think there was a bit of tongue-in-cheek response to all this from Peter Rahal, and he said in a Nosh article that actually covered this yesterday that maybe this is something that'll live in the David portfolio. They're looking at product market fit is what he said. So who knows? It is, regardless, something that people have been talking about quite a bit on LinkedIn and Instagram and what have you. And certainly an interesting response to everything, any kind of criticism that's come David's way.
Yeah, it's almost like the Liquid Death playbook. Like
Sure.
something that's shocking and awing and confusing people, and it's making people talk about it. So I think it's doing what they want.
Here we are talking about it. Exactly. Yes. Well, people are talking about the David frozen cod. People are also talking about Taste Radio's upcoming meetups. Our next one in Chicago is going to be held on August 14th at Host Cocktails event space in the Pilsen neighborhood of this city. We are very excited. People are signing up left and right. If you want to join us in Chicago, head to tasteradio.com/Chicago and you can be part of the event. It is free to attend. We're going to have networking, live podcast interviews, food, drink of the alcoholic and non-alcoholic variety. It's a can't miss event, 5 to 7 p.m. in the Pilsen neighborhood of Chicago. We definitely want to see you there. Bring your friends, bring your products if you're a founder, because it is going to be the highlight of the summer. After that, in California, we will be visiting the WCB, or I'll be visiting the WCB. Jacqui will already be there.
I'm John too.
Yeah, John's going to be there. Mike's going to be there.
Welcome, y'all.
Exactly. September 16th, also 5 to 7 p.m. at BevNet. It's not HQ, it's WCB.
WCB, West Coast
WCB,
branch.
West Coast branch in San Diego. And then in San Francisco, 2 days later, September 18th, we're going to be there. All the details, tasteradio.com/San Diego, tasteradio.com/San Francisco. And then rounding out the meetup series this year, London on October 2nd at the offices of the brand known as Trip. We are very, very excited to be back there.
I like how London gets a special voice.
London.
That was good.
London. Tasteradio.com/London.
Sounds
if you're
so
listening.
serious.
Yeah.
Register for the event. Yeah.
Need the top hat.
What? Is that what they do in London? They wear top hats? I think that's a different.
That's what I'm envisioning.
That's a different era. That's a different blast to use current terminology.
I could see Ray and Mike in top hats.
100%. Yeah. We should make that happen for the meetup.
Different kind. Yours would be more serious and formal, and Mike's would be like a, I don't know, Dr. Seuss kind of cat in the hat.
I see an AI video incoming soon.
Oh, we've got some good ones. Don't worry.
I'm definitely going to wear a top hat, pull up to Trip headquarters in a penny farthing. Yeah, it's that bicycle with a huge wheel in the front and a small one in the back. A monocle. Definitely a monocle. Got to have that, you know. I'm going full Monopoly man. That's what I'm doing. Yeah. All right. Remember last week when we talked about trends and products that have quote unquote jumped the shark? To those kids today that don't know what that means, it means it's past its prime.
Sigh.
Yes. Let's add espresso martinis to that list, at least in RTD form. Now, espresso martini is still very hot in bars. Every other bar I go to, no matter what temperature it is, it could be 100 degrees, it could be 2 degrees, people are drinking espresso martinis. But the freaking stuff in the cans, we got to stop with this. Just too much. We're saturated. You go into our alcohol or beverage alcohol fridge, it's just all espresso martinis. No stain on brands that are doing it, but like new brands that are coming into the market. Good God, man, you're not going to find much of an audience. It's just too much. It's too much already out there. I say this because some dude who I don't know, his name is Justin Glaze. Is that his real name? Justin Glaze, who was a star on a TV show called Bachelor in Paradise, has introduced his own, guess what, espresso martini RTD. Good for you, buddy. All right. First of all, I don't even
so much hate.
Cheese guy.
Well, okay, number one, Bachelor in Paradise sounds like a show that I would never in a million years watch. Second of all, Justin Glaze sounds, I'm just going to call it, he sounds like a porn star. And and third of all the things that you could come out with, an espresso martini, really? Original thought? I don't think so. Jacqui, what the hell's going on here?
It's not original, but he does have a loyal following probably on Instagram. There are the people that watch Bachelor in Paradise all the time, and he's selling it online. So maybe he's just like, I got to give my people what they want, and they want an espresso martini, and that's what he's focused on.
Okay, this guy doesn't have he has a lot of Instagram followers, but it's not like an overwhelming number. He's got 165,000 according to his account here, and there's probably like half of those are bought. I'm really hating on this guy.
He wants to, celebrities are coming out with all of their different alcohol brands, RTD cocktails, and he's like, I want to be that level of celebrity, and I'm gonna launch my own.
I mean, this is like, celebrity tequila, celebrity espresso martini. I mean, just you got to stop. And here's his post on this from February 7th. I guess he launched it a while ago and we discovered it. I don't know. So excited to finally introduce, it's called Love Potion. I mean, this is sounding very porn star-ish, okay? His damn name is Justin Glaze. The brand is called Love Potion. He says, for the past 3-4 years, I've traveled around the world searching for the best espresso martini in every city I could. Wanted to have that same behind-the-bar experience in RTD form. When I couldn't find one on the market that I liked, I started to start the journey of developing my own. What copywriter wrote all this? I don't know. I couldn't be happier with this launch of this brand. I can't wait for you all to try it. So, I don't know, John, look, I was
like, oh, you want to drag me into this?
He's like, leave me
this
out.
Rage?
All the data we've seen, all the trend reports that have come out, and you can get those if you're an insider, BevNET.com/insider, Nosh.com/insider, have showed and told us that RTD cocktails are on the rise. People love them for their convenience and their affordability as compared to going to a bar. But the fact of the matter is that I think this is the wrong product at the wrong time. I don't know. Agree to disagree.
I mean, first of all, I think you could literally, for pretty much any product that launches, come up with an angle for being the wrong product at the wrong time. I think in this case, like, I don't know. I mean, there's obviously always a lot of folks who are looking inward at CBG thinking that it's, going to be easy, or that the path to success is, I don't know, having the world's best of whatever. And, that is, it just doesn't work that way, as anyone in the industry knows. So, is there some niche that this brand could carve out? I mean, maybe. Who knows? I think, do we need more espresso martinis? Does the consumer want more? Probably not. So I think that part of it's, I don't disagree with, but I don't know. I mean, it's always hard to guess why someone's starting a brand too. So,
yeah, I mean, I'll give him credit because the espresso martini, which comes in 200 milliliter cans, is crafted with La Colombe espresso. So, I mean, there's that. And our very own Farron Salnikar, who is BevNet's spirits editor, penned this story. She actually talked to Mr. Glaze himself, and he, I don't know. I wonder how you tell this story. How do you tell this story without Love Potion, right? Because that's the key. You got to know Love Potion, you got to know Glaze, and otherwise, like, why are you buying this stuff?
Yeah, but I mean, we all know, like, telling the story is just part of it. It is like, how are you going to execute? And, that's always sort of the variable that's really hard to guess when someone's launching. Are they going to be someone who's just aggressive, doesn't give up, and just, figures out how to make their brand work, or not? And I think, part of your bias on this, I'm guessing, is that we've seen a lot of celebrity brands over the years with, ranging from A-list celebrities all the way down the line, where they're just kind of slapping their name on something and not really caring about execution. They're thinking like the consumer's just going to flock to them, right? And again, that part we generally know, like, does not happen.
Yeah, I would say so. This is being sold direct to consumer, though. So, in retail, different story, execution, a very different kind of business.
I mean, I'm sure that's a temporary approach. Like, that's not a workable approach for BevAlc just to be D2C.
No. But again, I think he's trying to get the word out, trying to get the hype going about this brand, direct to consumer, and then hoping, I think, that he'll find some traction at retail.
Yeah, I mean, that in itself is a tough strategy. Build hype, and then consumers can only buy it from you, like, is a pretty long road for beverage of any kind.
There you go. I like that you pulled this back and offered some lessons. Whereas I was just ranting and raving and going crazy.
Sometimes my job on here is just to make some sort of, it's like someone's hurled a pile of garbage at me. So,
well, and to to throw shade at Mike and create interesting and creative AI videos of him doing strange things.
No comment.
So, yeah.
But check out his Instagram.
Yeah, poor Mike can't defend himself.
No.
Yes. All right. I got to talk about this pretty cool marketing initiative that I saw. So everyone knows, I've said this 1,000 times on this podcast, I'm a Snickers fiend, love Snickers. And so Snickers has come out with a new variety that is made with pecan, or some people might say, Jacqui?
Pecan.
Yes. How do you say it?
Pecan,
right.
Yeah.
In the Northeast, we call it pecan pie.
Yeah.
I think it's the South, they call it pecan. Yeah. So anyway, Snickers has come out with this new variety. And to support the launch, they have a new Snickers pecan-sized platter to help you eat said Snickers bar. I don't know how to describe it. This is how they're describing it.
It looks like a framed set almost.
It is. It's a frame set. So it comes.
Like
it's this
collector's
gold
item.
It's this gold plate, and on top of the gold plate is your Snickers pecan, and it comes with a gold-plated fork and knife. Now, obviously, they're not really gold-plated, but
Plastic.
You
Yes.
you had them checked.
I haven't checked. Actually, I'm going to open up.
You
this
tried to
box.
melt one down.
Yes. Here we go.
It's like,
So I have my platter, which is a little bit more difficult.
You
to come
probably do. I mean,
out. Oh wow, this is actually nice and heavy.
I'm just picturing you eating a Snickers, Ray, and you probably do knife and
yeah,
fork
I could
it
see that.
like a napkin
your top
tucked
hat.
in your shirt.
Well, I do like the fact
With his top hat.
that I can actually eat this and not use my hands because I don't have any hand sanitizer with me. Okay. Oh God.
So you need a fork
Okay.
and knife for everything.
This is wrapped up like one of those annoying toys you
Yeah,
got as a
all
kid.
the
It
twisty
is,
ties.
yeah.
So many
Yeah.
twisty ties.
Like an action figure. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm going to show everyone once again for the video. This is what it looks like. Here's my fork and knife. You can see all this.
This is kind of sad.
What? What? Don't ruin my experience of eating the Snickers pecan.
I'm like-
Pecan.
I feel like
Okay.
I don't eat steak, but like you need like a steak on that plate or something.
You know what? I'm actually going to wait to eat this because there was some glue that stuck the
So now you
Snickers
gotta
bar.
wash the plate.
You,
Nah, I
you
gotta
know,
wash the plate.
Ray cannot be bought with actual cash, but he can be bribed with a press kit
What are we
for
doing? What are you talking
an
about?
overly processed food
Yeah.
product.
And I'm so surprised that you love Snickers. Like you give so
I know,
much
this is
shade
like-
to every other brand that has a bunch of crap in it.
Ray, whoa, hold the cheese, but give me a king size Snickers. Over
Hold
here.
on. I want to respond to a couple things there. A,
We're just piling on.
you can't buy me. I was very happy to receive this from Snickers, and I know that they know I love Snickers bars. And B,
Right, so they put some gold in
Yeah.
there.
And
no bribes.
well, they put some gold. And there was like $500 in $100 bills as well, but I'm not going to talk about that right now. Anyway, John looks so concerned. Call the lawyers.
I'm not concerned.
No, and B, Snickers bars are the classic quintessential snack bar. And there's very few things that taste as good as a Snickers bar. And this is one of the things that I have a
Boiled cod, maybe?
Yeah, I've had a hard time, pulling Snickers completely out of my diet, which is why I've been happy to see I've been happy to see, better for you replacements out there. Obviously, Harkins Sweets has come out with some good stuff. Justin's came out with a better for you version of this as well. Gigantic. So these are three brands that I think are doing some good stuff in that regard, but it's hard to completely eliminate Snickers from my lifestyle. So I'm going to try this later on. I'll talk all about my experience on the grams. So
Please knife and fork.
you need a
stay tuned
video.
for that. Yes, I'm going to do some video. Okay, I was going to put a little bit of this Jacobsen Salt on my Snickers pecan. Yes. So Jacobsen's, as we know, is a maker
For an
of
elevated
premium.
experience.
Yes.
We're both like, what
What is
Well,
happening?
hold
what's
on.
going
You
here?
got to wait here. If you were in the room, you'd understand. Jacobsen Salt is the maker of premium sea salt that is sourced from Oregon. I actually sat down with founder Ben Jacobsen at the Summer Fancy Food Show a couple weeks ago. Stay tuned for a really amazing interview with that man coming soon to Taste Radio. But no, this is a Jacobsen salt that is infused with Oishii strawberries. You guys know Oishii strawberries.
Yeah.
Those are those like ultra
Like
high-end
pristine.
Japanese pristine strawberries that cost like, $15 for 8 strawberries. And so they come in this little jar, this 2.64 ounce jar. and it's this like finishing salt. It's like a granular kind of salt. And I'm going to open this up.
So it's strawberry flavored salt?
Yes, it is strawberry flavored salt. I'm going to use my
Don't know why I would need that.
I'm going to use my Snickers fork here to try some of
You're
this.
just eating salt
Oh, this looks kind of weird.
of all the things.
Very salty.
Oh, I bet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Shocking.
No way. Is it sweet?
Not at all. But
Okay.
it has the essence of the Oishii berries. And I've had the Oishii berries and it tastes exactly like it. So
Strange.
Salty berries.
salty berries. So
Probably would go nice on cod. Not even joking.
how to use this? Yeah, you're probably right. They sent a nice little card that says how to use it. You can use it on cocktails, fruits and veggies, baked goods, and ice cream. I think
I could see ice cream.
ice cream. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
ice cream. Maybe just a bit of this, maybe on a
Could do a
cookie?
margarita, like a strawberry margarita would be good.
Yeah, maybe on a peanut butter cookie or something like that, or something that was already a little sweet to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
You have the contrast with the salt. Anyway, good stuff, Jacobson's. I'm not See, when John comes back to the office, he's like, "Oh, Ray, let me get us something." You're not getting 1 grain. 1 grain of my salt.
You already ate out of it.
I mean, that sounds like a great product, but it's not the one I would personally seek out.
Well, what would you seek out when it comes to salt? Morton's?
I mean, I'd take away your Snickers just for fun, but no, I don't know. Salt is like, I like that, what do you call it? The Malden flake salt would be my go-to salt.
The which one?
Malden,
Malton?
I think it's like Maldon.
Malden. Okay, Malden. Well, I haven't tried that yet. I'm a Jacobsen's guy, but that's just me.
Yeah, I probably not want the flavor part of it seems a little too specialized, I would
You need
say.
it for specific use cases.
It is. This is a limited edition product. So they came out with this once last year, and now they just re-released it this year. So this is not an everyday kind of product for sure.
No. I mean, we've obviously had a lot of samples of like spice-oriented things over the years. I don't know, like, God, I was just using like one, for example, one of the Fly by Jing kind of seasoning things that came out, I don't know, a year or so ago. And they're things like, I don't know, I kind of like to try them once, but then I don't really find myself like constantly using them,
Yeah.
Whereas like regular salt, obviously use that a lot.
Well, just give them to Mike. He eats that stuff all the time.
Okay, I will.
He'll get all the used spices.
Yes. Okay. So I have a table. I wouldn't say full of products. I have a couple products here, and you guys have a beverage that you want to sample. You even got cups over there. Look at that.
Yeah, we got one.
Yeah, we have one beverage. It's called Bao Blast. When we got the box, we were like, "Oh, I wonder if it's full of bao buns." But it's not. But it is a
Baobab drinks
baobab
instead.
drink. Yeah. So this is Bao Blast. They have pineapple, mixed berry, and what's the one you have over there? Peach. Says excellent source of vitamin C, super fruit beverage, lots of fruit juices, and then it does have the baobab powder. And I feel like we saw like a handful of baobab products in the past and haven't seen one in a minute. So
All right.
yeah, let's try it.
Let's find out if it's as blasty as it should be.
Does it blast us with flavor?
Yes. All right. Craven just took his shot of Bao Blast.
A peach. Yeah,
Yep.
it's got try a different one. Too much
Okay.
peach flavor.
Too much peach in that one. Instant review. Too much peach.
Pineapple's pretty good. It's like light on the pineapple. Has other juices in it, like apple juice, lemon juice.
What's the sweetener?
The sweetener,
Since you're reading
Monk
the fine
fruit.
print. Monk fruit, yeah. Not bad.
Okay.
Kind of light, I don't know, juice cocktail type beverage, I guess. Little, feel like I can taste the monk fruit or something in there a little bit. But it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's something I always do whenever I taste a new beverage and they're using a non-nutritive sweetener or an artificial sweetener. You can. I mean, our palates are trained to taste that stuff almost immediately, and I think that's kind of a bad thing, isn't it? If you can taste the sweetener and you know that it's not sugar, that's not necessarily the best thing, right?
I think it always depends on what your perspective is. If you're someone who's I don't know, used to drinking like Diet Coke. Well, this for sure has less sweetener flavor than a Diet Coke.
I think our palates are probably a lot more sensitive to it than the average consumer too.
Yeah, but I think some types of products tend to hide it better than others too, which makes it, for a product like this, probably a little harder to fully kind of hide it. So.
Well, I feel kind of bad. You guys only have the Bao Blast to talk about. Not that that's a bad thing. I mean, the Bao Blast looks like a pretty interesting brand and good
no
brand
Snickers
to talk
on
about.
a gold plate.
No
right?
Snickers
Sounds
on a gold
you're
plate.
rich in samples over there.
But what I would say to listeners is that we love to try samples. We love to talk about them on the podcast. When I was at BevNet Live, a number of people came up to me and they were like, hey, how can we get, you guys to talk about what you're doing on Taste Radio? We love when you talk about products on the show. So just send us samples. That's a very good way for us to be aware of what you're doing, to try what you're doing, to offer some feedback and insight on what you're doing. We don't typically hate on things. They might, myself excluded.
Unless you happen to be a celebrity.
That's an espresso martini.
Yes.
Raise kryptonite right there.
Yeah. But I would say that it's never a bad thing to send samples to our office. So you can find out exactly where to send products. Our address is for both the Newton office and the San Diego office if you go to the About Us section on BevNET.com. So BevNET.com/About Us, and you can find those addresses. So feel free to do so, and perhaps your brand and products will be highlighted, talked about, reviewed, and even hated on in a future episode of the show. I'm just kidding.
All love.
I'm
All
kidding.
love.
I'm kidding.